Your mom's full of mirth.
Yeah. This is 5 reasons why nobody likes you. That's what this video is about. In the end of the video, you'll know what to do about it.
5 reasons nobody likes who?
Likes them.
How do we know that? Why don't we talk about 5 reasons nobody likes you?
Ah! Oh! Oh!
Well, that's too easy.
I think it'd be fun.
So I'm being called out. All right. 5 reasons why nobody likes me.
With love.
All right. Well, what?
I guess this is a good topic because you've grown through so many things and had realizations about why people didn't like you in the past. Right now, I think people really like you.
I think so.
I don't think this is a current problem, but I think it is a healed space that we can come from, and that you can share some things that you were completely oblivious about that may relate to our viewer, and maybe help them say, "Oh, wow, I do that," and change it a little earlier in their life.
Well, here's the secret. You're doing things that push people away without really knowing it, and that's probably because you and I are very similar. So, I guess the first thing that comes to mind, it's actually coming to mind really quickly. Um, I remember I was 20. I was having lunch with a girl I really liked, and we were friends through college. This is 1991, and I really wondered why she and I never dated.
Mhm.
And so we were having lunch, and she told me that the reason number 1 is I'm a big bummer. And I was sad, and I always got bummed out about things, and then she was sad, and I just made her sadder. So what a fun date that would be.
So don't be a bummer.
Don't be a bummer.
So what does that mean?
Well, it means that there were things going on in my life that I didn't feel recognized, I didn't feel validated, and it doesn't mean anyone wasn't. It was just that my own pain, my own life story was creating this vacuum that I thought everyone else had some sort of an obligation to fill.
Hmm.
I just didn't know that that's what was happening.
So you were projecting your crap into the space when you
I
were with
was
someone else?
projecting my crap into the space on other people. Yeah, because we were having lunch, and she's just about to move back to Nebraska, and so she says in passing, "You know, it's a shame we never dated. I really wanted to, but I was already struggling and sad, but you were even more sad," and I thought, "I don't need more of that in my life."
Aw.
And as soon as she said that, I swear it, like, knocked all of the Jenga blocks of my sadness over. I'm like, "I did what?
Yeah.
I thought I was funny."
Mm.
I probably was funny, but it was always that self-deprecating funny. So number 1, don't be a fucking bummer.
Don't be a bummer.
Don't be a bummer.
Are you enjoying this honest conversation? I invite you to like and subscribe. Andrea and Jeremie talk like this all the time. I'd love for you to be a part of it. Let's get back to being a fucking bummer. Andrea has something cool to add.
Oh, so here, let's throw a little caveat into this,
Okay.
because if you're sad and you need friends and you need people and you need help, there's a way to ask for help. There's a place to show up and ask for someone to listen to you. That's valid. And we recommend that you actually do that. You look for someone to help you, look for people to support you. You watch
Yeah.
videos that make you feel better, but you have to take that step. So walking into the room and dumping your crap on the floor is not how you do it.
No.
It's not going to be well received. People are not going to want to help you. And the ones that do help you, because this used to be me, are the ones that are trying to save someone. And that's not good either. So
No.
stay out of that dynamic. Take care of yourself by asking for the right help. And don't dump your crap where the savior martyr types will come in and try and clean it up for you.
Yeah, because that's not a relationship either.
It's
And when you
not.
said take care of yourself, that was number 2, because I wasn't taking care of myself.
Hmm.
I was 20, so I just assumed since I was young and virile that everything was fine.
What does
But
taking care of yourself mean?
it means eating well, having some sort of an exercise routine, just basic physical maintenance, like grooming was a nice one. Um, I wasn't a stinky person. I always bathed and stuff. It wasn't that hard. I always washed my clothes and kept my place tidy, but just I didn't feel tidy. I didn't feel healthy.
Yeah.
And that just unconsciously projected to everyone around me like, "Oh, he's a bummer who seems a little unhealthy." Hey, ladies.
So think about self-care as The self-care for you is the right self-care for you. Whatever you're doing, just check in with how is that serving you? Do you feel good? Could you feel better? Are you hydrated? Are you eating well? Are you resting? Are you balanced? Are you pushing through your days, overcommitting? There's a lot of check-ins here with self-care that I think are really important with
Yeah.
just the overall taking care of yourself that people don't think about.
No,
It's not fun.
just little things, man. Over the years now, I've really learned, that whole, "Well, if they don't like me for who I am, then they don't deserve me." That's self-protection bullshit. That's not real. Women and men, whoever it is that you want as a partner, they appreciate someone that takes care of themselves. So, weight is one issue, and that's the bigger topic, but just the overall sense of healthiness. You call it life force, and I thought that was a really great way to put it because every human is in a different place physically, but when they seem unhealthy, their life force doesn't feel like moving forward. It feels like, "Hey, if you date me, I'm gonna drag you backwards." Like, boy, what a bonus that would be.
This kinda comes into that same conversation as, being a bummer, taking care of yourself, and it's really that how it's caring about yourself enough to be conscious of what you're gifting to someone else who's in your life, and if you're a project or you need to be taken care of, if you need a mom, that it's
Oh,
it's not
yeah.
a good it's not a good space for a healthy partnership. Now again, if you're in a space in your life that you need to heal your mom issues, that's what you're going to do. So there's no judgment here. This is about awareness, personal accountability, and becoming aware of where you are in your journey.
Yeah, that makes me think of number 3. I didn't know myself well enough,
Mm,
and I didn't genuinely didn't like myself,
mhm.
which could be the umbrella for the whole number 5. Because if you don't I didn't like myself, so a lot of the things that were being expressed outwardly were all just a reflection of what went on inside.
Mm.
We believe very strongly in very ancient wisdom, and that your outer world reflects your inner world. Every one of us, no matter how much we think it doesn't. And so number 3 for me was I wasn't emotionally regulated. I had a lot of feelings, and I didn't know what to do with them, and I wasn't asking for help. I wasn't always a bummer. Like, I didn't just show up and then, pee in someone's Cheerios and go, "This is your fault." I didn't do that stuff. But what has happened, it was sort of like subversive. There was this sense that no matter what's going right, Jeremy may have that one thing that he'll say that just brings the whole thing down. And then you'll feel that sadness, you'll feel that pain.
That's a pattern that needs to be broken if it's there,
Yeah.
and it can be very tough to break it. A lot of these emotional regulation, dysregulation, like all of that stuff comes from your childhood, your upbringing, your environment, your family, your religion. All those things have taught you how to be,
Yeah.
what to say, what's appropriate. And if that's your normal and that's all you know, how are you going to know any different? How are you going to be able to be emotionally regulated when all you know is an abusive communication or disconnected communication, a complete lack of
Yeah.
communication? Or yeah, you're not allowed to have emotions. And we can go into that as a completely separate topic about men suppressing emotions, but we're not going to
Yeah.
do that here.
And we've got a lot of videos
But that's
about that.
huge.
Yeah.
That's a huge part of this
Which
too.
is a lot like number 4, which was I wasn't fully owning my life.
Mhm.
I still felt like there was something else that was going to come in and throw a wet towel over whatever fire I was trying to create, or I would blame my past or circumstances or bad luck.
Yeah.
I wasn't owning myself. And what I didn't realize until later, and I'm hoping that when you hear me share this, it saves you decades of not knowing this is going on. But as we said a minute ago, the outer world reflects your inner world. That also works in relationships. Have you ever heard people talk about, I keep finding the same people? That's not what's happening. They keep finding you, and you are the same person every time you meet someone new. Now, here's what happens.
This is the same problem, different face. So you have a story, there's an experience you've had, and a story that plays out and will continue to play out. until you recognize it and heal it. So when you attract someone who plays a part in your life, like I always get cheated on is an example I'd
Yeah.
like to use. I always get cheated on, and that's an expectation in a program. And so you subconsciously will attract someone who will cheat on you because you're really positive that that's true for you.
Yeah.
And that's kind of hard to figure out and wrap your head around that, like, I didn't choose that. I
Yeah.
didn't, that's them.
That
Like,
was a big part of the ownership is I have to own the fact that no matter why I felt the thing well, we're not saying anyone deserved to be abused. We're
no,
not saying you brought abuse on yourself, so tough
no,
luck. We're
no.
not saying that. What we're saying is in everybody's life at some point, they become aware of the effect that their life has had on them, and now it's time to do something about it.
Mm.
Because until you do, you will continue to bring people who reflect what you believe about yourself back at you.
And if what you believe about yourself is the thing that needs to be healed, that's the work to do.
Yeah,
And that's what we're here for, is to support the work in that so you can start to ask the right questions and take ownership of how you can make changes to your life and your choices and your mindset and all the
yeah.
things.
I'm just thinking about number 5.
Yeah.
Um, when I told you about this, you had a good laugh. I'm not even sure what this thing I did wrong was, but I just don't think I was very socially aware. I wasn't very socially in tune or acute with I didn't follow the assignment very well of relationships.
Mm.
I didn't quite realize how I was coming across. And there was one day it was epically pushed back on me. I reflected it. I didn't realize how bad it was till I told her. I lived in an apartment and there was a light rail trolley next to me. So I was going to take it to downtown part of Tempe, Arizona and do a thing. So I went to a bar to wait for the
Oh,
trolley.
oh, that's fun.
Oh, yeah. I went to an Irish pub and I thought, cool, I can have a pint and just chill and see the vibe and wait for my trolley, which was like, about an hour or so. And what do? I go sit in the back. I don't go and engage with people. I just kinda sit in the back of the bar, and then I'm like, I wonder what I could do. I'm like, I don't wanna sit on my phone, and I had a satchel of my stuff with me, and I reach and I'm like, "Oh, I got a book." So I started reading a book in the middle of happy hour at an Irish pub. You wanna talk about a big attraction magnet that was.
Do you think anybody wants to approach that guy? Because I would leave him alone.
Yeah, and I was
He's reading a book. He doesn't want to be bothered or approached.
yeah,
That's not what that means.
and even better, I was reading 3rd century Roman philosopher Plotinus. Talk about a pretentious
So the funniest part was when he told me the story originally, and I knew he was a fan of Plotinus. And he's telling me this story, and he's like, and I pulled this book out. I'm like, tell me it wasn't Plotinus.
and then I got quiet because she got me. I felt called out.
It was Plotinus. So if you want to meet people, let's end this video with
Yeah,
this. If you want to meet people, show up in places doing things that you enjoy
yeah,
and find other people that enjoy doing the same things. That's my first part. Second part is don't go look to meet people with dating in mind. Go
no,
to look to meet people with meeting them in mind and
yeah.
seeing what kind of a person they are. Our first date, I had no interest in dating him. I wanted to know who he was first.
We were both over it.
I mean, that worked. Obviously, we're doing this, but I wanted to meet. If I went to a dating app and said, I want to meet people that are interesting. And if there's a dating space, then absolutely let's do that. But my first intention was meeting people, not dating them. So that changed my whole paradigm.
So I'll say in wrap up for my part, which is, listen, man, everything that's going on with you in your quest to be the best version of you can be, there's an answer and a process and a group and a conversation and something you can do about all of it. And I promise you, it's worth it because it took me too many decades to do the work. But if you're watching this video and you want to talk to us, like, how did you do it? We would love to have a conversation with you.
Drop a comment with what's a ridiculous thing that you realize you were doing that maybe wasn't the best idea. We'd love to hear about it.
We'll see you in the next video.
Before you go, we have free materials for you. Go to the first link in the description and help yourself. You can start improving your life today. Now check out this next video.
Ah! Oh! oh.